She opened her eyes and saw a white ceiling. She felt a sharp pain in her head and a bandage around it. She tried to remember what had happened, but nothing came to her mind. She looked around and realized she was in a hospital room. A nurse entered and smiled at her. "Hello, you're finally awake. How are you feeling?" the nurse asked. "I don't know. Who am I? Where am I? What happened to me?" she asked, confused and scared. The nurse's smile faded. "You don't remember anything? Your name is Anna. You were in a car accident 2 days ago. You suffered a severe head injury and lost consciousness. You're lucky to be alive, Anna." The name sounded familiar, but she couldn't connect it to anything. She felt like a stranger in her own body. She wanted to know more, but the nurse said she had to rest and left the room. She closed her eyes and tried to recall something, anything, from her past. But all she saw was darkness. A few hours later, 2 men in suits entered her room. They introduced themselves as detectives and said they had some questions for her. "Anna, do you recognize this man?" one of them asked, showing her a photo of a middle-aged man with a beard. She shook her head. "No, I don't." "Who is he?" "He's your husband. His name is Mark. He was found dead in your car, along with 2 other men. They were all shot in the head. You were the only survivor. Do you remember anything about that night?" She felt a surge of fear and disbelief. Her husband? Dead? Murdered? She had no idea who he was, let alone why he was killed. She felt tears in her eyes. "No, I don't remember anything. I don't even remember who I am. I have amnesia. The nurse told me I was in a car accident." "Is that true?" The detectives exchanged glances. They didn't seem to believe her. "Anna, we have evidence that links you to the murders. We found a gun in your purse, with your fingerprints on it. We also found a note in your pocket, with a list of names and addresses. The names match the victims, and the addresses match the crime scenes. You were hired to kill them, Anna. You're a professional assassin." She gasped. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. She was an assassin? She killed people for money? She was a monster? That's impossible. That's not me. I don't know anything about that. You're making a mistake. Please, you have to believe me. I don't remember anything. I'm innocent. The detectives shook their heads. They said they had enough evidence to arrest her and take her to the police station. They handcuffed her and dragged her out of the bed. She screamed and protested, but they didn't listen. They said she was lying and trying to escape justice. They said she was a cold-blooded killer. She didn't know who she was, but she knew she wasn't that. As they were taking her to the elevator, she saw a familiar face in the crowd. It was the nurse who had treated her. She looked at her with a mix of hope and desperation. The nurse winked at her and slipped something into her hand. It was a small metal object. She realized it was a key to the handcuffs. She felt a surge of adrenaline. She didn't know who the nurse was, or why she was helping her, but she knew this was her chance to escape. She quickly unlocked the handcuffs and pushed the detectives away. She ran towards the exit, dodging the security guards and the patients. She didn't know where she was going, or what she was going to do. She only knew she had to get away. She reached the parking lot and saw a car with the engine running. She jumped in and drove away. She looked at the rearview mirror and saw the detectives chasing her. She also saw a sticker on the windshield. It had a logo and a name. The name was Anna. She felt a chill down her spine. She realized she had just stolen her own car. The car where her husband and the other men were killed. The car where she was found unconscious. She wondered who she really was, and what she had done. She wondered if she would ever remember. She wondered if she wanted to. She drove into the night, with more questions than answers.